Remember, anybody who wants to participate, name and location as your nickname. If you have only one or the other, I will be unable to call on you. Let's go next to Noah from New York. Noah from New York, welcome.
Hey, David. Good to talk to you. I've been watching you for a while, so a little nervous, but thank you for bringing me on.
Well, so
And
far you're doing great. Your audio's good, so we're off to a good start, really.
Thank you. I had to really look around in the settings, figure out how to turn off the Discord notifications.
Good.
Anyway, though, I would say I got a question for you. It's just a little more of a silly question. It's not too serious because we can't really know. It's like, what would you do in a zombie apocalypse type stuff, right? I'm just curious. I wanted to kick this back and forth with you. How do you think what's happening if climate change is going to pan out? We're not going to clearly avoid it. We're not doing nearly enough. What do you think the end result of all this is going to be? I mean, the damage, what's going to happen, how it's going to affect our dialogue and politics moving forward? What do you think?
It's so difficult to say, and we're so terrible at predicting things. So let me give you one claim that's made, and then and which I don't believe, and then we'll back up from it. There are some who say, listen, I don't deny that what climatologists have identified is real and it's coming. I just am confident that science and engineering is going to be able to keep up to prevent it from ever really getting that bad. Okay, that's something some people say. I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that. However, I do think that after there is a bunch of damage done by climate change, and we're already starting to see it, we see pollution deaths, we see sea level rising and certain places increasingly underwater. Like, we're already seeing it, but I think after there is some significant damage from climate change, I think then much of the world will kick it into high gear. And yes, it'll be too little too late, but it will speed up to a degree that then we can say now we're making some progress, but it'll be after a bunch of damage is done. That's my genuine prediction. Like, once things really actually start to get bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, is that like you're not really going to see it taken seriously until you get issues with like climate refugees and mass migration to a lot of, what we call first world countries or damage there.
And the thing is, a lot of people are going to hear our conversation, Noah, and they'll say, but guys, that's already happening. And I don't deny that, but I'm saying it's going to have to be more. It's going to have to be more.
Yeah, it's going to have to be massive, I think. Do you think you're going to see like almost some crackdowns on like those who have opposed or do oppose it? And generally, do you think like I'm talking like authoritarian situation? Because I do wonder this, like if things get very bad and desperate, are you going to see like hardline measures taken by governments that are going to cause like pushback and stuff?
Absolutely. There are countries that already lean more authoritarian. The countries that lean more authoritarian, whenever we get to this imaginary point that I'm talking about, I think you will see some very hardline action by some governments. But you will have to wait and see exactly which governments those are at that time.
Yeah, and how that'll go. All right, and one last thing. Do you think people who are like hardcore denying it are ever going to come around, or do you think there's probably still going to be like a block that are just going to convince themselves that it's like Antifa changing the weather or something?
Yeah, there will always be people who believe it's geoengineering or something like that.
All right.
Listen, Noah, before I let you go, can you off the top of your head, can you name 4 countries that start with the letter L?
Let's say Lithuania. Yeah, man, you're putting me on the spot here. So now it's like when people are asked to name a book.
Yeah,
they're like, name any book, and they're like, oh God, which book? There's so many. I mean,
Lithuania is a good start. Liechtenstein. Yep. I would have also accepted Luxembourg, Latvia, and Laos.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Noah. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Hey, you too. Take care.
Okay, take care. There's Noah from New York bringing up some sad but relevant and important issues, I have to say.